Now, if you've ever spotted a priceless piece of art or a luxury yacht and you think it might be illegally owned by a Russian oligarch, well, you're in luck.
There's now a phone app which allows you to anonymously report the items to local authorities. The app's designed to target oligarchs and undermine the Russian war efforts in Ukraine. Well, Vladyslav Huntyk is a coder and co-founder of Signal My Oligarch, and he joins us from Ukraine. Welcome to the programme. So explain to us, what's the idea behind this app? What does it do?
Well, basically, it provides the bridge between the average people and the Western governments. So if everybody know any information about oligarch property, a yacht or a car or a real estate, they can easily flag that and send this information to the right government authorities, and then they can basically freeze the asset.
So what happens from then? I mean, how does the information that's uploaded get used?
Yeah, so basically, if somebody is a neighbor of an oligarch, they can, take a picture of the property. They can add a description to this property and send this report. As soon as we are getting the report, we are doing some pre-qualification manually on our end just to be sure that this is not, this is not a spam and the image is not a selfie. If we think that this is, looks solid and it's enough information, we then push this information to the right government authorities, and then everything else is on their side. So we are just like a bridge. That's it.
So how will sanctioning individual oligarchs make a difference?
Well, we are trying to put pressure on the oligarchs' shoulders because it's very simple for them to hide their assets just by registering them on the family member or on a shared company. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to freeze as many assets as possible to put pressure on them. And as all of you know, oligarchs have some, basically can put the pressure then on the Putin's shoulder. And by doing that, we are trying to help in this war.
You might ask if there's any point sanctioning oligarchs when the West is actually sending Russia money in the form of oil and gas payments.
Well, yeah, that's true. Another thing that I would mention is that Western governments trying right now to understand what to do with the frozen assets. And, there are coming some talks that possibly they will let oligarchs to cancel sanctions for the exchange of the money that will found to rebuild Ukraine. So that's another goal, how to get, so to say, investment to rebuild Ukraine, because, lots of infrastructure was destroyed during this war.
And what about the wider use of cyber warfare in this invasion of Ukraine? How big a role is it playing?
Well, I think especially at the beginning, it was really, really huge, and a lot of people was talking about that. So now it becomes more like a, like a hidden war. So less people are talking about it, but nevertheless, there are more and more effort on both sides, from Russian and from Ukraine and from everyone who supports Ukraine. So yeah, I think that cyber war is really important, and this is the changing factor nowadays in any war conflict. So it's not the Second World War. So right now you can do a lot of stuff just from from your phone and from your computer, and that's what we are trying to push to all people around the world. So if they can literally freeze an asset that can cost like millions of dollars, and they can help and they can fight in this war just by having a phone, a phone in their hand.
Okay, Vladyslav Huntyk from Signal My Oligarch, thank you very much indeed for talking to us today.